question. Have you ever met a student who always sits in his desk, last seat, last row, and no one wants to play with him? Have you ever met someone that always gets bad score? Have you ever think about going to school but never having your homework done? Have you ever been isolated in the whole school by other students and teacher? Have you ever think a bad student can become good someday? In my opinion, you will all say no. However, some turbulent student might become good someday. So let's enjoy the book with the title, There's a Boy in the Girls' Bathroom. The writer who wrote this book is Sachar. He is one of the famous authors who is trying to promote the love of reading in all children. He has written many different books. For example, The Boy Who Lost His Face, Holes, Dogs Don't Tell Jokes. But the only book that I love is the book I'm presenting to you today. The main character in this book is Bradley. He is a student at grade 5 in Red Hill School, and no one in class likes to play with him because he totally has bad behavior with everyone. He never done his homework or test, and he always tell lie in any situation. In his class, there's a new student named Jeff Fishkin, and he chooses to sit next to Bradley. Although Bradley sometimes tries to trick him, but he is still polite with him, like he is the best friend. On Parents' Conference Day, Bradley's mom met his teacher, and his teacher told her about the new counselor in school. Bradley's mom agreed to let Bradley see the counselor. At first, Bradley thinks it was a waste of time to see the counselor. He always shows his annoying attitude whenever he sees the counselor. Miss Davis, the counselor, always listens to Bradley's problem and helps him to learn to think for his problem, even though when he says he hates her and can't do it by himself. One day, he had to hide into the girls' bathroom to avoid hitting with his friend. He felt nervous with his school and friends. He changed his mind to come to Miss Davis and ask for help. Although Bradley listened to her and remembered her saying, but he never wants to follow instructions and keep talking silly things. One day, he found out that talking to Miss Davis is very interesting and losing stress. He gradually wants to do his homework and enjoy activities in class. At this time, Miss Davis has her own problem. All the parents in school argue that they don't want to see a counselor in that school. They have never let the children meet the counselor. They just want their children to focus on what they are learning. Finally, Miss Davis has to leave. Bradley was very disappointed because he's afraid of being lonely, facing with his homework alone, facing with his project alone, and no one would like to talk to him again. All this thinking comes at the same time, so Bradley doesn't want to see Miss Davis anymore. Until the last day, she wished he could come to say goodbye to her and help her move her things out of the office. He hesitated to come, but finally, he missed saying goodbye to her. He feels sad, but proud because Miss Davis has helped him to become a good student. Now, he can play basketball with Jen as his classmate. He is also invited to Colin's birthday party and get star from his album. All these things never happened before he met Miss Davis. Now, you can read and enjoy all the exciting and the surprising part about Bradley. In my opinion, Sachar has given us many great lessons from his book. I mean, at least out of all the answers, but I've never kept on reading any book as fantastic as this one before. I have found that if you want to understand anyone, you will know how to learn to understand them. Try to find out how interesting this book is by yourself. I am sure Mr. Daniel also loved this book too.